Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Keenan Memorial Stadium, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. And basketball may be in the blood, but football is certainly in the soul. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Florida State Seminoles taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Tar Heels will kick it away to start. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lucas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Oh, he's going to go up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Quickly out to the tight end. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, that D tackle is cat quick. He exploded out of his three-point stance, got immediately into the backfield, and was able to get that tackle for us.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's Williams. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Got his man. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Just feeds the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Here comes the heat. Complete to the left. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Now the pitch. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got the quick pass. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Grab behind the line. It's Bright. He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Power football with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, it's a nice start for this offense. Their defense didn't have to play the first quarter. Like, that was unbelievable ball control, moving down the field methodically, chewing up clock, and most importantly, punching the ball in and getting the touchdown.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Noles line it up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. Sneaks it into the end zone.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it. With physicality, punching him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Culliver. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll leave it with the lone back. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Might as well give it to him again. Pass the sticks, and still on his feet. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. First play of the period, 1st down here. They think they can create space here with the run to the right.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Tar Heels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Trying play action. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a 1st down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Lopez wants to fire. Pressure coming. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
On third down, going up top. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. That's caught. It's shipped. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could.
Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heel. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
And he puts through the extra point. So a drive there of 82 yards, and it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This drive will open from the 15. To throw, it's Castellanos. Dances away to buy time. Oh, and the ball squirts out near their own goal line. A loose football in the end zone, and the defense there to pounce on it for 6.
It's a defense that plays with great effort. You saw it right there. Creating the fumble, jumping on the loose ball for a score. What a momentum-shifting play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Davis. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Nice move to keep running.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's White. It's a seam wide open. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Open space at the 25. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take.
Looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Knowles!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Culliver. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Lopez to pass. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Tar Heels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Keeps it on the draw. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go work on first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
At the 40, there he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Here's the handoff. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Tar Heels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. Oh, out of space. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires on the move. Wideout trying to get it in. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Tar Heels trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Pushes ahead. Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Bringing it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Castellanos. Pulls it in, it's White. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the back. Going to swing it on second down. Looking for a deep man. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the pick six.
He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. This is really aggressive here. Still just a one-possession game in the third quarter, and they're going for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive results.
Catch in the middle. It's Ship.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Got a little space. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be fit.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A third down stop. Now to see what they do on fourth down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll run it from the gun. Picks up the first down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive.
Turning on the Jets. Shoved out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and the running game getting the job done.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Makes the grab. It's White. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. We've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. And the Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Back to throw. It's Castellanos. Working that left side now. Stopped right at the 2-yard line after the catch, and it'll be first down, goal to go. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Get ready. A first down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. For just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. The State scores it. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Coming out with it, it's Culver. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've set the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Lopez wants to fire. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He didn't get a lot on the return, but, man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The give is to Williams. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. He's loose. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
Listen, everybody practices the 2-minute drill and trying to go fast, but it's really nice when the quarterback has his time to get his thoughts clear, understand down and distance, maybe audible at the line of scrimmage. He has that right now because he did a good job getting the 1st down and getting out of bounds.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, bring up the point of attack as they shut down that sweep.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
To make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Slams it ahead. Touchdown Seminoles! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
He'll bring it out. It's Culliver. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Lopez to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out.
What a play call in a 2-minute situation. They find the shot opportunity, and they take advantage of it, flipping the field. They've now put themselves in a chance to come back and win this thing.
Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. And And the Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going and throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score.
Fourth quarter, obviously trailing in a football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass and he still takes off and gets the first down. It's his time. It's the fourth quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
Got his man on the right. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up first and goal from the 7. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And coaches love having options late in the football game. They put a nice drive together, and those 2 timeouts allowing them to stay balanced late in this game when they got to have points.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. Here's the pressure. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
I love players that step up in big situations, in big moments of big games like that, late in this game on third down, and just get the job done. That defender, an outstanding job. Outstanding work right there on that pass rush.
Lopez wants to fire. Into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. They move on top here in the 4th.
What a great job by the quarterback. He had to be pinpoint accurate on that touchdown pass, giving his offense the lead here with just seconds to go in the game.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lucas. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down and run. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wants to pass the clock an enemy. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. To the air on first down. Under fire. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays. Guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation. We always look forward to games like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoffs. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Sooners will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. From the gun. Give on the inside. It's a running room. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some movement.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He uncorks one deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Using his legs, it's Edwards. There he goes! Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
Man, And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Got the first down and more. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack. And their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, well, I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
Johnson looking to throw. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Leaves it with the running back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The seventh play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Gonna try to get it himself. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell they want a touchdown. They want points. 4th down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there. I don't feel comfortable.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Johnson wants to throw it. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they have the first points of the game.
That is how you get your playmaking wide receiver in the game early. First series, they scripted this. They want to get him the football. They get him the football, and he does the rest. Gets the big touchdown on the opening drive of the game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got it. Turning it on. There he goes. The 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown Sooners. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. and he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Now the play fake. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Nice move there. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. From the gun, the running back looking for room. On the move at the 30. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Unleashes one. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's a hit. He's going to take off. Oh, he's getting it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State.
He doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. You know, I'm going to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay. I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Trying to set up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They'll try the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country. Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
The screen, he's got wheels.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Finds his man, it's Gibson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. It won't just be the quarterback. But he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Caught in the backfield. It's Wheeler. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Under fire. Pulls it in. Wide open spaces. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's hot. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Works the middle of the field. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he tacks on the extra point. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll start this drive going to the air. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll do it here in the second quarter. Halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Starting this third quarter on the ground. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that one.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. And the Sooners are rolling down the field. Give to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue.
It's a seam wide open. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. On the run, it's on.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Parrish. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Sooners, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the gun, the running back has it. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Searching forward on the sneak. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Caught behind the line. It's Burks. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So the 16-play drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. To do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The give to the tailback. He's in open space downfield. Oh, out of space. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Johnson looking to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Right on the money. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, third and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these third downs.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Got enough for the first down and wants more. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. To the air. It's Mateer. Got it in the middle. It's Parrish. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on 3rd down. Bring in the heat. Outside the pocket, lets it go. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And the defense in desperation mode trying to hang on to give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Brown. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him! And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback.
He tries to take the top off. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Such a hard position to be successful in when you know you need 2 scores and it's under 2 minutes. The defense, look at them. Great job playing pass, understanding the situation, breaking on the football, and ending this football game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Got it behind the line. It's Burks.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play. decisions to go for 2. You see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands. And now the hit knocks it loose. Kicking team's got it. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Great place to start for this offense. Quarterback making checks. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Johnson looking to throw. Pulls it in. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And guys, this offense has a couple of jobs. The first one, get the touchdown. Then they'll need the 2 to tie here in the 4th. Looking to throw. Looking to get it in. And he steps in just in the nick of time to get the touchdown they need. And now they need to cap it with a 2.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And that touchdown was huge, but you can't celebrate too long. To finish the deal, you got to have the 2-point conversion to tie the game. He wants to throw it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And that's a good stop by this defense. There's still a chance, but man, oh man, is the special teams unit going to have to be special. Going to have to make a play here. Time's not on your side. Score's not on your side. One big play could change everything.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt in the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Timeout is called with just a single second left. And the Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a